So I am back on trail after a weekend where Joe and two of our friends came out to hike a little bit with me, camp a little bit with me, and just kind of hang out. It was extremely hard to leave them this morning. It's hard to get a little bit of normalcy and feel like, hey, we were just camping together as friends, and then watch them all pull out and go home. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful stretch. Tomorrow's not supposed to be quite so beautiful of a day and quite more difficult, and so there's a little bit of fear playing into that, fear and sadness today, and so I think it's gonna be a really hard hiking day. Look at that! Came at a time when I needed it the most. So I just walked through a cow pasture in the woods. I had to use like gut hook as like a navigation thing for the first time and make sure I was on the trail, because there's so many little cow paths and the trail's not the most clearly marked at certain spots. Am I on the right path? Is this the trail? Is this the cow path? Like, where am I? But I figured it out, and it was kind of fun. So yesterday, Joe dropped me off, and it was a really hard day. It was probably one of my hardest days on trail so far. I had the opportunity to jump in his car and just go home, and it would have been that easy. And a lot of me wanted to do that. I hiked on and hated nearly every mile of it. I was hiking alone, I was starting late. My friends were far ahead. I thought it was gonna be a really awful day. I get to the shelter, I see a 30-pack of beer and one person, and I'm like, great. I walk up and I'm like, Ramble? Literally, second time this has happened. I just burst into tears. I get dropped off and I feel really alone and I'm having a really bad day. And you're always here. It was really reassuring to know a familiar face at camp and know I wasn't alone. And now it's starting to rain, so I have to put this away. First real water crossing because the bridge is washed out. It is chilly. Yeah, I mean, my feet could stand the cold water. This is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. All right, I have my goo. I have some John Mulaney ready to go. And I'm ready to conquer the 4-mile ascent that I have to do today. Why do people eat these? They're so gross. It better work. Ugh. These red birds are like the brightest colored birds I've ever seen. And I don't know what they are, but I really like them. You are a pretty bird. So a lot of the people that I passed on the way up the mountain said I was flying up that mountain. So that is why people eat those really gross goo things. I stopped at the Brushy Mountain Outpost for lunch. Spent about an hour there hanging out with some good friends, eating a lot of good food. But I ate a lot of food. I have the heavy eyelids. I just want to curl up and take a nap, but I got places to be, so I can't. We just hit 600 miles! Yeah! We're found. Oh, I made it!
Look, it's gonna be like, oh, dude, this outfit is coordinated. Strapless. Yeah, we both went strapless and short.
Crossing the street's the best.
Let's hear it for contestant number 1. Second place, best dress, goes to his lovely wife.
Last night we slept in a barn in an animal pen, and we thought that was fantastic, so we all set up our stuff and slept there.
Blue,